Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles. If you're here for the very first time, welcome. My content consists of mostly fragrance reviews, but I do throw in lifestyle videos as well as fashion videos. So if that sounds like something that's up your alley, guys, please do consider joining the family before you leave. I also want to acknowledge my returning subscribers and supporters. Thank you so much, guys, for the continued support, for taking time out of your busy schedule, to watch these videos. Today we have a fragrance to review. I did the 10 I did the Lattafa 10 releases, and I did the pros and cons, and I think of the releases so far, this was the only one missing. And this is Lattafa Taweel, and this is the box. It apparently is like a fingerprint magnet, as you can see. I'm just gonna open it so you can see the bottle. The bottle sits in there really nice. The bottle is intimidating. It looks masculine if you ask me, but that is not what the juice is about. I am going to spray the juice on my arm. As usual, let us spray it on here for you to see the atomizer. So that is Lattafa Taweel for you. Okay. I'm going to have to say this is a softie. I couldn't find the notes for this one, but I'm going to tell you what comes to mind. I know what this one is likened to, and there are a few there that kind of feel like the fragrance that it is likened to. So you're going to get citruses in the opening, the sweet citrus there, mandarin orange, maybe some bergamot as well, because there's like a sweet but also like a sour feel to this fragrance in the opening. Definitely mineral notes. So this is going to be ozonic in nature, that type of thing. There is mineral notes in here, unmistakable. Some of you are going to start there and finish there, because then maybe it becomes a bit difficult to decipher anything else apart from that zestiness and the mineralness. Okay, but in the dry down or later on, this fragrance opens up to be like a light suede, a light leathery scent, but of course keeping again that mandarin orange. So probably there's a double dose of orange, or there is orange mixing with bergamot, because there is like a citrusy thing that holds on from start to finish. Now, in a nutshell, what you get there in the opening, which is what I'm smelling right now, the scent bubble I am in is a fresh, citrusy, marine-like, lightly woodsy scent. It is overally a metallic scent. You are gonna get this, and and when I say metallic, I mean realistic. And I'm gonna give you an example. I think that's the best way to describe it. Say it was a very cold day, and you went outside and you had a tap outside, and it's so cold that this tap feels so cold, and then you open the tap of water, and the water comes out. There is a thing there that you can smell there. Okay, I know water doesn't smell like anything, but there is a thing there that you smell there that is metallic in nature, as though you're smelling, as though that foggy mistiness, as though that mistiness that comes from a cold water, and that mental shortcut in your brain kind of imagines this still that is bringing out the water smelling a certain way. I get that from here. So this is the metallicness, this is the mineralness that I say I feel in this fragrance. It feels a little bit cold there. So that is basically what to expect. This fragrance itself does not have so many twists and turns, so it's going to be linear, although you're going to of course have a light suediness, a light woodiness, but the opening almost presents everything in one go. All these notes are fused together, they work together, they're in tandem. It's not as if it's not one that I can say, oh wait, after 20 minutes you're going to get this metallicness, and then after so and so of such a duration you're going to get this. The notes come together presented as one. So I would say in as much as the profile in itself is supposed to be simplistic, it is one that is quite complex to describe. Okay, not groundbreaking, but I'm just saying, for me to present it to you in such a way that you understand what this fragrance is all about, it's a bit difficult there, because all this is like a package that's just wrapped in one. A delicateness there, a lightness there, a subtleness there, nothing really pushing to the limit. Okay, a luxurious feel as well, I get that. So And all this is watered down. So when I talk of a suede feel, it's watered down. When I talk of a citrusy feel, it also comes as watered down. And this fragrance also is lightly sweet, but the sweetness as well is like a careful sweetness. You know, it's like a watered down kind of presentation in everything that you get from this fragrance. An absolute unisex fragrance as well, for those who are wondering. When I saw this and when I smelled the nozzle for the first time like this, I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna like this. And then I sprayed it on a piece of paper and it just gives off light wafts of everything. And to show you what I mean by that is, I've had this fragrance for about a week, and this is how much I've hammered it, okay? Because the scent profile in itself is not intimidating. It's a scent profile that a woman can carry with no problem, as well as a man can carry this profile with no problem at all. Within that simplicity of this profile, there's gonna be something again that feels like hay, like a very light feel of hay coming through in the dry down. Wafts, of course, of also a faint like a faint honeyed feel here, and the honey could be there as a singular note, or it could be a honey that's coming off wafts of mandarin orange. There is that suede thing that comes through in the dry down, just light feel off, just a light feel off. There's a hay-like tone to it, little bit of some leather there, and to some it also may come across as giving off a brand new car leather seat feel in the dry down. So that's, you know, in a nutshell what I can say about this fragrance. But all the while, this is going to carry that ozonic feel. It is also absolutely going to keep that metallic feel. This fragrance has been likened to Ganymede. Okay, I personally don't have that particular fragrance, but I know Paris Corner have a dupe of Ganymede, and it kind of smells like this as well. So I cannot speak for that fragrance. I am simply giving you leads based off of this particular fragrance. So that is what to expect, guys. A lemony feel, bit of a zestiness there, light sweetness, touch of, you know, mineral feel there as well, metallic feel of, you know, water. If you could smell water, if water had a smell, that is the mental shortcut I get from this fragrance. Absolutely wearable by both, you know, males and female. I wouldn't even put this as, oh, it's 60% masculine or it's 60% feminine. It's right there in the middle, 50-50. Although the profile itself can be done by anybody anytime, this gives me summer vibes. Okay, it is definitely a fragrance I feel in the heat it's going to do a little bit better. The profile itself, unfortunately, is not going to appeal to people who love beast mode fragrances, because in as much as I've tried a gazillion times to spray this on myself, it doesn't get to a point where I feel the fragrance itself is taking over the moment. It just comes across as a fragrance that umbrellas you, a fragrance that lingers around you. It's not a fragrance that if you overspray, it will do much. And for that reason, I feel it probably won't appeal to the people that love, you know, their fragrances to make a statement. The cons for this fragrance, I'm gonna say, because of that mineral thing, it comes across as a bit synthetic. So it's gonna have like a synthetic feel there. Some people will say they feel like a medicinal vibe, you know, coming from the woods there. There are light woods that have been put in this fragrance, but they give off like a herbal, you know, medicinal thing there that maybe some might find a bit annoying. But do remember that everything in this fragrance is presented as subtle. So whatever wafts of whatever comes through is curated in a very careful manner, in such a way that it doesn't like blast anybody. So yeah, don't let the bottle fool you. If you know, you were looking at this and were wondering maybe it's going to be along the lines of the crease, I don't know. If it's duping a creed, I don't know, but it has been passed off as duping Ganymede by a couple of, you know, stores. So I'm gonna go with that, but do take note, this was an independent review. I have not smelled that fragrance. The closest I have smelled to anything that is likened to that was a dupe of Paris Corner, and even then I didn't purchase it because it just came across as a fragrance that wasn't talking much. Will I repurchase? No. After I finish this, because it's quite a simplistic kind of DNA, it's not a complicated or complex, you know, DNA that you want to grab and, you know, keep or hoard or anything like that. It just comes across as, a very light fragrance that could, easily get boring for some. So that is what I had to say, guys, to you about Lattafa's Taweel. It is one of the latest Lattafas. I think this is a 2023 composition. If it was released last year, I don't know, but I know that it's now in circulation, so I'm going to pass it off as a 2023 composition. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. Let me know what you think of this fragrance. Is it a fragrance you'd want to add to your collection? I'd love to know your thoughts. Turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Subscribe, most importantly, if you haven't already. Like and share this video, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.